Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Springfield, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard with some leftover colors with enamels mixed in my ring pour cup, which is not a ring pour cup any longer. So my plan is to use colors that I like and see what I can get in my sky area, just because I can. And what else? I've got some white gloss enamel. I'm not sure what that'll do. I've got some regular enamel. Actually, that's gloss. They're both gloss. And I'm going to have to try and find a way to make the paint go down over the side. So I'm wondering if maybe I should just go for it. That's not going to help me. Just a little tiny squirt. Alright, before that leaves a stain, I'm just going to do this. I tried to get the black off my hands. It didn't really come off very well. I forget. You know, I've been doing blooms and I forget that the enamel is the B word to get off. I'm not sure if I'm going to put clouds in this sky or what's going to happen. It may be only a stage one, but I know I want to use up my colors and I want a sky in there before I do so. I don't like it when the spatula digs in by accident. You've got to keep this sucker level in order to have it work correctly. And if it works correctly, then you have a nice layer on the blade that you can touch your sides up with or whatever you want. For the most part. I'm sort of doing that over my shoulder, so it's not perfect. It's been a hot day, but the sun is pretty much gone behind the trees at this point. So I'm pretty sure I should be okay for a few minutes as far as the paint not getting too gloppy. I want to put some white enamel in there with some of the pink enamel just to see, knock that off, what happens if I blow it around and make a cloud. It's a pretty boring cloud for me. Not sure I want that in there. So I'm just gonna use it to change up my sky because it was all too similar for me and I like it better. Cool. Much coolness. Happy about that. Use the white enamel on the edge to sort of make it almost match. Oh, don't spin. And on the end to make it almost match. One more side, and enough leached over the sides so that sort of worked as well. I could blow into that sky pretty happily. I don't know why I do that. It's just perfect or nearly perfect, and I just think it can be more perfect, and then I do that. Oh well. And then I realize that skies are very organic things, and there's nothing perfect about a sky. Well, I know. We're all thinking they're perfect blue sky days, but okay. So I've got some of that turquoise showing through, and I kind of like it, which means I could either look for more or add more. I'm going to clean off my spatula and use all of the paint on it down below the horizon line, I think. Found some more of that turquoise. It's all in there. Don't go across there. Okay, no choice. Time to add a little cloud. I know, no matter how many times I think I won't, then I still do. And unfortunately, I get lucky most of the time. And it's mostly what I'm hoping for, except for that thing right there, which is not cooperating. And I don't know why not. Probably there's something gloppy in there. So now we have a cloud. So there's my sky. And I can probably use a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. The OXO and the Princeton are both available on the Amazon link under Show More under the video. First blue link. And there's a whole lot of cool art supplies there. I just added a whole bunch of cool stuff. You might want to check it out. Even before you go to your art supply store, see what I put there. Just to give yourself some ideas. And if you shop there, it's at no added cost to you and it helps me out. And I appreciate all you guys shopping there who have been. Thank you so much. Which reminds me, thank you for the wonderful comments and thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you for the donations. There's a drawing running every month. What did I do with that paint? There it is. Cool. Alright, do I have enough of anything in there? No. I think what I want is to put a bunch of green in there. And it's going to be really interesting because I've been thinking about how to use an edge catcher to cover deep edge canvases, and it is not an easy task at all. I'm guaranteeing that I will not make it look easy. Well, I say that. And this time, wow, that's a lot of black. It'll probably be very cool. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to figure it all looks like land formations. If I don't like the way it looks, I'll add something into it. And it's not that I hate it, it's just that I don't love it. And where's my Prussian blue? Doo-doo-doo. Where are you, Prussian blue? I put you away, didn't I? There we go. And that's not it. That was purple. And I think a little more gold that's less mixed in. Cross your fingers that this is going to work. Let's put a couple of edge catchers down in place. Let's just grab all the paint we can for right now. And let all of that fall right down over the side. And take whatever's left, press it up in, and instead of worrying about pressing it back onto the canvas, I think I'm going to put it on the other side. And that sort of kind of didn't work, but it sort of kind of did a little bit. I should show you that, but it's kind of messy right now. So I'm going to grab this paint off that edge catcher and steal a note from my blooming techniques and just start by pressing the lump of gooey paint against the edge and then watching it fall down to cover that side, which is my plan to cover that edge. Let's hope I can do a little better when it comes to the bottom, but there's no way to tell yet. I do tend to want all of the paint. So I'm just going to check it out and see by blowing what colors I might have hiding, and if I want to add some more, and I kind of do. And I pulled out that green and it's here somewhere. I know it is. There it is. I got it. Let's give this a little bit more of a shake, because last time it wasn't as shaken as it could have been. I'll throw a little bit of Prussian blue right there. And then put another, yeah, I'm trying to lift the tile instead of the painting. That was clever. I forgot I just covered that side with paint, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be fine. I'm going to use all that. And I may have to touch up my sky. I may not do much of anything with that because I'm loving what I'm seeing. I do need another OXO omelet turning spatula. Come back over here and bring that paint. I could just lead that right down to the edge. And if I had some more paint, I could even paint it with my spatula because I'm getting some skills with the spatula after all this time. So the only thing that's really not painted is that bottom. This is a great one for trees. This might be perfect. Boy, I've got really pretty colors in there. What am I going to do? I don't want to see all those go away. Alright, hopefully it won't be a disaster. I know this canvas is too heavy to escape, so. And if I got it in my hand, maybe nothing will blow into it. Alright, so I'm going to take some of that paint. I'm going to let it flow down. I'm going to hope, against hope, that I can take some paint off that edge catcher in a moment. That's sweet. I'm really happy with that. I'll show you guys while you're waiting to see what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take a little bit of this paint here. Put it right there. I'm really tempted to cover my areas that need to be covered because the canvas is showing through on the sky. With some of that paint I'm taking off of the edge catcher, some of which I believe is going to have to go on the bottom. But mostly not! Oh, cool! I got away with it. Yes! Ah! Alright, so I am going to torch to release the bubbles in the paint. I'm going to tell you guys that I got 3 minutes left, but I still like to tell you guys I do sell my artwork. And I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. I don't like to waste paint, so I usually use what I've got someplace. And I am going to, did I say? I can't remember now. Did I say I torched to release the bubbles in the paint? Yeah, I may have done that. I need to do that too right now. Although I'm kind of preoccupied scraping more paint off my edge catcher and using it. Yeah, just tap gently with whatever your tool you're using. I'll fix that tomorrow because I don't want to fix it now. I'm going to show you guys while I torch. I don't know what that was, but it probably fell off. It either fell off of me or it came through the air. In any case, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. It could be probably fine the way it is, but I've been thinking a lot about adding trees or people, and I've been watching Bob Blast. Yeah, I see that. Bob Blast is another artist, and he makes carrot people, and they're kind of cool, and they're very abstract. And I think I would love to try and do something with some people. I got a little close there, but I do like to see what happens. I've been doing so many blooms, it's hard to resist. Wanting to make the paint respond to the heat from the torch. But if you get too close or you stay in one place too long, you're going to have an issue. So, whatever I haven't told you guys, other than, wow, I need something for that fingerprint on the side of this canvas right now while the paint is still wet around it. To blend it in, that worked pretty well actually. It is what it is. the canvas is dry enough, you can add more paint. But if it's gloppy, you're just going to pull it up. Come on out. Okay. And I am getting really close to that edge. And I think what that means is I'm just going to push it right up into it. And then use the paint on my skewer to roll along the side. And the paint on the spatula on the skewer to finish the job. And I've got more paint down here. And as long as I can get it on my skewer, I can use it. It's basically my paintbrush. My paintbrush, no bristles. So now that's cool because I've got a couple escapes. I just did another one before this with my paint. And this was part of the leftover from the one before that even. But what that means is I can play with my trees and my people if I want. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Kind of don't mind fingerprints lately because they look like clouds to me. I'm going to clean up, get ready to go to have my birthday drink. If I can stop myself from playing in the paint. Which is always iffy. Dark River. I should not do that after I torch, but I think because the paint layer is heavy. Which reminds me, I use GAC 800 in all of my paint mixtures. Ooh, that's what gouged out that other painting. And that's what allows me to keep my paint heavy and let it dry nicely. Under the video, Teespring clothing, all over print t-shirts and leggings and other things. The clothing you see below the video has got my designs on it, and if you shop there, it helps me out, and I really appreciate that. You guys have been a big help in the past at some certain points in time, and I really appreciate that a lot. And thank you for all the likes. I really appreciate the thumbs up. They help. If you watch the videos longer, that's the most help of all, because the YouTube algorithm only knows that if somebody's watching more than half the video, that I might be worth placing someplace. So if you're going to be skimping, at least try and go to halfway, please. And the more the merrier. It works out a lot better if you watch them longer. I love your comments. They're wonderful. Thank you so much for keeping my morale up while things are weird. I see stuff and then I want to change it. And then I do. And I love you. And there's 85,000 of you guys. If you're not getting your notifications, you might want to check the bell and make sure they're turned on. A lot of people don't get notifications. I noticed out of 85,500 of you that 1,400 of you are getting notifications, so that isn't much. And my channel is in the process of dying, so if you want to help keep me here at YouTube, know that I do sell my artwork. I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. And what? I was going to say something and I forgot it. Figures. In any case, playlists, created playlists under all playlists on my channel. My channel will also show you the PayPal and Patreon icons. If you want to be in the monthly drawing, there's a bunch of paintings, a couple books, and a lesson up for grabs for any of you who decide to contribute $10 or more. And I really appreciate that so much. Thank you guys for everything. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard saying, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being so kind all the time. I appreciate you like you wouldn't know. Bye for now. Priscilla out.